for a lot of people, for trans people, I don't know if you're, for a lot of trans people, like, it's a matter of life and death to express themselves the way they want to and embrace the identity they want to, and to use the pronouns that they care about. And what is it to you to not respect
Yeah,
that? Like,
so
why do you?
There's two separate issues. We could go on endlessly, and it probably wouldn't get anywhere where I would be like my own personal opinions on that.
Right.
But the more important question is, how does society react to it, right? That's the more important question. So,
What's up, YouTube? Hope you guys are feeling good. My name is Ellery, and today I'm back to the video and check out with you guys. This is called Charlie Kirk finishes radical pro-trans student activist. The way the word finishes is in this sentence. Anyway, guys, now go to talk less and we react more. Let's check this out.
Because I feel like there's not a lot that I could say that you haven't heard in one of these.
Yeah, I mean,
which is why
sure.
my main thinking on the topic is that for a lot of people, for trans people, I don't know if you're, for a lot of trans people, like, it's a matter of life and death to express themselves the way they want to and embrace the identity they want to, and to use the pronouns that they care about. And what is it to you to not respect
Yeah,
that? Like,
so
why do you?
there's two separate issues. We could go on endlessly, and it probably wouldn't get anywhere where I would be like my own personal opinions on that.
Right.
But the more important question is, how does society react to it, right? That's the more important question. So I'm not going to convince trans people they're not what they say they are. Like, that's a waste of time. The question is, should we change bathrooms, like college sports? You know, that's the more important question, right? Should we teach this stuff in schools? And I would say, I mean, the moral question from my perspective is that I believe people, first and foremost, born as biological men, right, should not be allowed to exploit or damage or harm people that do not have the same testosterone, bone density, or muscle mass. Let's just take, like, athletics, right? So NCAA women's swimmer champion Thomas was a man, transitioned to a woman, wins the NCAA championship, right? So that's a moral question where I say, okay, you can think whatever you want, but you should have to compete your own your chromosome should dictate what athletic competition you're in, right? So you say it's a matter of life and death. I think doing therapy, whatever, but your therapy shouldn't be disenfranchising other female athletes. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but that's specific to athletics.
That's just one example of a ton, right?
Like, that's specific to athletics, but, like, what?
Or like bathrooms, right? So, like, I don't think men and women should share bathrooms. I don't.
You don't think, I mean, gender neutral bathrooms are all over.
Yeah, and I'm totally against that, right? So just so you know, like, I think it's weird and creepy. So
What's weird?
women can get raped. They have gotten raped. They can get sodomized.
Says weird and creepy.
Loudoun County schools had multiple incidents of men who thought they were women and raped young children. All sorts of stuff, right? So, but then also just from a more just like civilizational level, this is one where we're totally not going to agree. I just think that if we can't have strict standards of what a man is and what a woman is, then things start to fall apart in a way I don't think we're really ready. We're ready to anticipate.
Yeah, I don't mean we can't.
We're not going to get even close on that, right? And that I know that. So
yeah, I guess my is that I don't know the statistics on it, but I find it very hard to believe that rape is far more common in gender neutral bathrooms.
no, I'm not saying it's common. I'm saying it happens. It happens.
So why is that like the place that we?
Well, so like whether it be locker rooms for women only and not to allow men in them, I think that protecting the innocence of women is a moral good.
But why is
because
why are trans people more likely to be rapists and specifically in public bathrooms?
Well, but they're biologically not the same thing, and
that's not really my question.
Same thing.
I have no data to say if they're more likely or less likely. The question is if there's a chance, which we have plenty of evidence, like tons of stories, and whether or not it's 1%, 2%, I don't know, is do we have, as a society, right, an obligation to create a boundary or a barrier to say that women, right, should be a type of class, if you will, which was the argument of the feminists, that should be protected from the exploitation of men? And I say yes. And that's one of the fundamental reasons that this animates me, right?
This video is basically an extension of everything we have been saying. Charlie thinks it's wrong for a trans woman to get into a sport meant for women because they are not biological women, and then not just get into the sport, you won. Now, I believe there's a reason why they don't allow men and women to compete with each other. Apart from the fact that men are relatively stronger and the odds of them winning or the odds of them losing are relatively low due to their muscle mass and strength. It's just basically they are different, you know. Things that are more alike, or the factors that are more alike, should be the factors that come together. And just as he said, it shouldn't be allowed in athletics. He believes that your chromosomes should actually go a long way in determining where in the sports factor you should be. Be you a trans man or woman, as far as your chromosomes detect XX or XY, you should be placed in the appropriate factor. And that's true because, okay, take for instance, swimming has to do with a lot of energy. The effort that trans man is going to put in, or that trans woman is going to put in, because the energy is already there, can't be compared to what the biological average woman would do, no matter how strong she is. Although we have few cases of some women being stronger than some men, but the fact is, in 100%, those kind of women are only like 10. So generally, that man was or that trans woman was expected to win that contest. Or general bathrooms. Why should men and women have to use the same bathroom? There's no privacy in that. Just thinking about it alone, as Charlie said, it's weird and creepy. Men have a right to their privacy just as women have a right to their privacy. And putting all of them in one place, you know, most people won't sign up for that. They'd rather hold it in till they get home where they can have the privacy of their restrooms to relieve themselves. But we all know that's a different health problem altogether. So basically, her question was, why won't he address them as their pronouns? Because most of these trans being called what they want to be called is a life or death situation. And Charlie said something there. He said, they could try therapy. Because just as he has said in numerous videos, you are free to identify as whatever you want, but you are not free to force me to call you what I don't want to. That's something that we're probably never going to agree on. We're never, ever going to have a standpoint for that particular context. I'm sure you guys learned one or two things from this video. Please leave your comments in the comment section and leave a thumbs up at the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe.